We have a data frame called impeachdf. We can start getting information about that data frame by looking at what it actually contains. So we're going to use some different commands, and here we actually are going to break our rule. We're just using this for our eyes only, so we don't need to store it. Get the names of the columns by doing impeachdf.columns. At the output is that there's a column called Senator, a column called State, a column called Article 1, etc. If I want to know what's contained in those columns, I can use a command called head. So columns just gives me the column names, but head gives a picture of the top of the data frame, which gives you an idea what's in it. impeachdf.head, and I see that I need to do this as, this is a function, yes. Notice this is actually an attribute of the data frame. This head a function you call, so it needs parentheses. And that's something that I often forget, as I just did. See, I have the senators, their names here. I have the state that they're from. I have how they voted on Article 1, guilty or not guilty. Voted on Article 2, how many times they voted guilty in total, the party that they belong to, their conservatism score, what percentage of the vote Bill Clinton got in their state, when they're up for re-election, and whether or not they're a first-term senator. And I know that because I have the context from this file. It should be the case that I can change the row names. Columns give the columns, and you see how right now I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. I'd like to change that so that this is actually indexed by the name of the senator. So I'm going to do impeachdf.names equals impeachdf.senator. What I'm doing here is I'm saying, all right, this column from the impeachdf data frame, I want to turn this into the names attribute. All right, I'm not sure how to do that, so let's do what I would do in real life, and let's see, change the row index in Pandas. Oh, it's index, not names. My apologies. So let's see if we change that. Hit Shift Enter. And now if I look at the impeachdf.head, I see that I have changed it. And so now I can look at this Shelby, Sessions, Murkowski, etc. We can use the loc command to get information about an individual senator. So if I do impeachdf.loc, now when I say, okay, give me the row that's labeled Sessions, it gives me the information from that row. So I see that Sessions was from Alabama. He voted guilty on Article 1, guilty on Article 2, total guilty twice. He was a Republican, 100% conservative score. Bill Clinton got 43% of the vote in his state. He'll be up for re-election in 2002, and this was his first term. Well, let's go forward to, well, what if we wanted information about 2 senators? Well, we can do that using the same syntax, but now instead of putting in a single entry, we're going to put in a list of entries. So let's say that I wanted information about both Jeff Sessions and Strom Thurmond. Maybe I wanted to compare them. But notice now I have 2 square brackets, and this is a really tricky thing that can happen with syntax. If you forget the 2 square brackets won't work. But the reason I need 2 square brackets is I need 1 square bracket because I'm trying to access a piece of information. I need the second square bracket because I'm putting in a list. So even if you don't have a lot of familiarity with Python, you should be able to copy and paste what I'm doing and get the same results. I mean, not copy and paste literally, but type what I'm typing. The important thing to know is that .loc is giving us information about a row. I can use .loc with a list to get information about multiple rows.